Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. It is what it is. I'm Leanna, and today I just want to talk about the last couple of weeks. This video is specifically a shout out to all of my PMDD peeps. So I had mentioned in a video before that I was, I had a biopsy on my cervix, and that my doctor wanted to do some hormone testing on me to see if I still have some conditions like PCOS and stuff that are hormone related. So in order for us to do that, I had to come off birth control. So with that being said, I have been on birth control for most of my life. When I was 16, I got a cyst on my ovary that ended up luckily shrinking with birth control. But since then, I've been pretty much on birth control for a long time. But specifically, I have been on the NuvaRing for probably roughly 15 years. I got diagnosed with PCOS. And if you're not familiar, PCOS is polycystic ovary syndrome. And what happens is when my eggs come out of their home and to go down to the fallopian tubes and do their little thing, they actually don't go down the tube. Instead of like, my eggs are stuck in my ovaries, and instead of shooting out like they're supposed to, they actually become cysts on my ovaries. And so when I was first diagnosed with this, they found about 50 cysts on my ovaries between the two. And they did an ultrasound and I got to see it. It was crazy. It's crazy. So I have been on the birth control ever since because of that, because without birth control, I don't get a period and I don't ovulate. So birth control helps you, with all that things. You ovulate. The hormones switch it up for you so that you can ovulate, you can have a period, and everything's normal. So this was about 15 years ago. I'm roughly guessing because I've been with John 13 next week, and it was about a couple of years before I met him. I got diagnosed with this. So we put me on birth control. Now we decided to put me on birth control. We decided this time we were going to do the NuvaRing. Now we decided that because I also have PMDD, which is premenstrual something, depression, just whatever. I got diagnosed with that when I was 18. And it's a real thing, people. It's not PMS. It's like PMS times 15 million, like 15 million. So if you think you have PMS, or you think you have PMDD, it might just be PMS, but I mean, I think you'll know if you have PMDD, or at least you'll have an idea that something's not right with you. So I have been on the NuvaRing. We decided to do that because the NuvaRing goes in and it disperses your hormones in a timed release, where I put the ring in and then take it out 3 weeks later. I have a period, put it back in, and I've been doing this for 15 years, and it's been fine. It's been working. I've been used to it. The hormones help the way that they are. I still get my week of PMS, which is a little, it's been, it's PMDD sometimes when, depending on how well other things are going. So estrogen is evil. That is definitely my first point right now, is that estrogen is evil. Evil. Okay. With that being said, so I've been off, so we decided to take me off birth control so I can get some blood work done, because we can't decide if I still have PCOS or if there's anything else going on with me hormonally, if I'm getting fake hormones in me. So with that being said, I just said that like 18 times. I came off birth control. So last month was my first month not on birth control for 15 years. And, they told me, but because I haven't been on birth control and because I was diagnosed with the PCOS, that they weren't expecting me to have a natural period for probably 3 or 4 months. They said it could take a minute, it could take a while because it's been so long to get my hormones to regulate. But it didn't happen with me. My period came right on time, and it came with everything I remember being a teenager about. Sore boobs, cramps. Whew, it was rough. And I'll tell you what, I had to like keep track of my my menstrual cycle, my days, because I had to do blood work on day 3 and day 21, so I had to keep track of everything. And this is the first time I haven't been on birth control, so we're also having me keep track of my moods and just all of the things to see what is different and what's not. And I'll tell you what, ovulation is going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. I can't even believe the difference that I'm feeling. I can't even believe the difference. Like, to the point where, like, I've been on birth control so long that the things that are happening to me that are normal are like sending me off into the anxiety, the depression, the racy thoughts. Like, what's wrong with me? Is it this? Is it that? Is it because of this? Is it because of that? Because man, I felt my whole ovulation. It was so painful. I don't know if it's because of the PCOS, because I still don't know, because we have to wait for the blood test to come back with the levels and the hormones and all. I don't know how that stuff works. I'm not a doctor. I'm just feeling it. But I had serious, I mean, I was, my mood was, it's just been horrible. I have been a little witchy over the last couple of weeks. I feel so bad for John. But admittedly, I had a lot going on. So I had some anniversaries. And, you know, Saturday was the anniversary of my brother passing for it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since he's been gone. And I tried to do a video for you guys to try to, like, introduce you to him and talk a little bit about my big bro, because I miss him, and he's, you know, I couldn't do it. I couldn't even talk about him, but I did get through okay. But I have just been so off completely with my mood, and the period has just made it, like, this month has been just so difficult, with my period. So this is just a shout out, I guess, to anyone out there who's been diagnosed with PMDD, for anyone who has estrogen rolling through their body, anyone who's lucky enough to get a period, and go through all the lovely things that the reproductive system puts you through. I just want to say you're not alone. Like, you're not alone. PMDD is real. Don't let people make you think it's just PMS and you're just being bitchy. I'm sorry, witchy. It's not true. It's a real thing, and it really messes with your head. During the week, I usually have like a week of, you know, the week before your period, you usually get the PMS symptoms where you're bloated and blah, blah, blah. And that's when you take the Midol, we all know. But that's when the hormones kick in and the emotions are just crazy. Like, at one point, during, like, I think it was like day 15, I figured out, you know, but with my doctor and everything, about day 15, I was ovulating. And literally for like the 2 days that I was ovulating, I was crying at every commercial. Like, every stupid thought that came in my head, I would cry. Like, I couldn't control anything. It was just awful. My mind was not in good places. I just laid on the couch for days in pain and sad and crying and miserable. This month I know what to expect a little bit more. I gotta wait for all those tests before we can decide if I'm gonna go back on the birth control. But guess what, guys? Back on the birth control. I can't handle it, admittedly. I'm not having kids. I made a decision at this point. I'm going to be 44 on Saturday, and with my history and just with everything I've been through and the fact that I'm going to be 44, it's just, kids weren't in the mix for me, and I'm okay with that now. It's taken some time to get to that point, and I've lost a baby, so it's just a lot of stuff that I don't want to go through, and I don't think my body can go through it. So please bring me back on my birth control, because I'm crazy nuts. And that's what it makes me feel like. Like this last month has been it's been something I haven't felt in 15 years. And so it threw me off. And I have been having a hard time dealing with it. I admit I've been struggling. But today, we're in a decent day of my cycle. And now that we know what's happening and what might happen, we're going to be able to get me on some meds and get me into a routine that will make me feel better. But I'm telling you, between the PTSD, the PMDD, the OCD, the anxiety, the depression, I can't sleep at night without the nightmares. I cannot ever feel, I have an impossible time feeling like I'm good enough. Always feel like I'm getting in trouble. It's just awful, the stuff that this does to me. Because again, I'm going to bring this up before I end this video. This point in my life, I'm good. People, I really am happy with what I have in my life. The people who are in my life, I have removed the people that I wanted there, but it didn't work. And now I feel like I'm thriving. I feel like I can find happiness a little bit more. And the last few months with the program and through therapy, working on timeline stuff. I feel okay. Like we're gonna get through this, guys. Like we're gonna do this. But just a shout out to, again, all of the people out there who have estrogen rolling through your body and have to deal with the menstrual cycle. You're not alone. And what you're feeling is insane. It's your body, it's the estrogen, it's the hormones, and your period. Like from the whole month is my whole month's mood, and every different week, depending on what different day, is completely about my period and its cycle. So it becomes really hard to work on other things while that's happening. And so it was incredibly difficult for me. I spent definitely like 5 or 6 days on the couch between the depression and the nightmares and just the pain that I was in. So, like I said, I'm in a better day. I'm feeling pretty better. I am looking forward to getting the results back to find out where we're at. And hopefully, excuse me, hopefully the PCOS was gone. That would be lovely, because another med that they give you for PCOS is metformin, and I'm allergic to it. I tried it way back when I got diagnosed, and I'm allergic to it. So I can't take that. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to me. Thank you guys for supporting me. I'm up to 29 subscribers. I can't wait to get 30. I'm so excited. I had no idea that when I started this, that it would be such a good thing for me. And now I'm to the point where I'm not sure if I care what goes on and what happens after I do this. I feel good letting it all out. And I have already had some people message me who can relate, who understand, who has thanked me for doing my videos and for being so open and honest about everything I go through, because we don't talk about it. Growing up, I didn't talk about it. We don't talk about this kind of stuff, but we need to, especially things like periods and estrogen. Normalize it, because guess what? It's real. And girls aren't just witchies because we have periods, which, by the way, we only have because we bear children. Anyway, don't get me started. So, as usual, I'm proud of you guys. If you sat through this 14-minute video, thank you so much. It means a lot to me, and it also helps to know that I'm not alone. So if you guys can just comment down there if you can relate to anything that I talked about, if you can relate to PMS, PMDD, estrogen, any of that stuff, this is for my PMDD folks, and I'd love to talk about it, because if anybody's got like natural remedies to help the PMDD or anything that they do specifically during that week, I would love, love, love some ideas, because I struggle, and I'll be honest, it's like it kind of was mixed in with all my other stuff and kind of being controlled with my meds, my mental health meds, because I was on the birth control, and so it all kind of balanced out. So now that I'm not, I'm having a very difficult time trying to get myself to an okay balance of Leanna and okay. So that's what I'm working on. Tell me what you're working on. I'd love to hear about it. Love to hear anything. I'd love to hear, just say hello, just shout out, subscribe, share me, do anything you can to get me out there. Because I guess if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. And I suppose I want everybody who could possibly hear me to hear me. You are not alone. For all the people in the back, you are not alone. Woo! So, if you guys woke up today, you got out of bed, you put on your socks, you changed into your pajama pants, a different one, you got into jeans. Yesterday I wore jeans. I was so proud of myself. I am proud of you. Seriously, if you did anything today that you didn't think that you were going to get through, and that's even like getting in the car and driving to the store is crazy impossible sometimes. So if you did that, I'm proud of you. And anything. And if you want to drop down in the comments below what you did today that you didn't think that you were going to do and that you're proud of yourself, I would love to hear about it so I could give you some props, because you get down with your bad self. We are going to heal together, because at the end of the day, it is what it is. And this isn't my first rodeo, and I'm going to be 44 on Saturday, and I had a lot of stuff to work through. So we're going to be here for some time. We're just going to keep talking, and we're just going to keep working it out. And I hope you guys stick around, because I'm having a good time. I'll be honest. So thank you guys again for watching me. I'm proud of you if you did anything you weren't supposed to do. And until next time, peace out, people. It is what it is.